and welcome to episode number 27 of the Golf Front Podcast. My name is Brett Bevilacqua. I'm a realtor with Carolina Property Sales in Southern Pines, North Carolina. Every Monday, I release a new episode profiling one of the over 60 fantastic golf courses located in the Sandhills of North Carolina. And if you live to play golf, the Sandhills is the best place to live. This week, we head to the Tillery National Forest to play the Tillery Tradition Country Club. Located 45 miles west and about an hour from the village of Pinehurst in the Tillery Mountains lies another hidden gem, the Tillery Tradition Country Club. Opened in 2000, this par 72 plays just shy of 7,000 yards from the tips, nearly 6,400 yards from the blues, and just under 6,000 from the golds, or what would more commonly be the white tees. It has a great mix of sandhills type golf and mountain golf. This course features quite a bit of elevation changes, pines, deep bunkers, and water hazards. I wish it was closer to Pinehurst because it was so much fun and so different from most of the courses I usually play. From the tips, it has a rating of 73.5 and slope of 136. From the blue tees where I played, it was 71.1 with a slope of 127. This course was designed by Carl Holston, and he did a magnificent job using the natural terrain. Sadly, I was unable to locate any other designs by Holston, and I am shocked because this place was magnificent. From the beginning to end, Tillery delivered with one great hole after another. If you ever get a chance, it is worth the trip, and being that it is halfway between Pinehurst and Charlotte, I'm surprised it wasn't jam-packed on what was a beautiful day in the mid-80s. In fact, I was linked up with a regular who said, "Don't produce this podcast so we can keep this course all to ourselves." We took our time and were still able to play 18 in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. Tillery starts out with a short par 4 that bends slightly to the left. The left side is banked back to the fairway, and you will need to play the hill and stay left unless you are confident in a nice draw off the tee. I say this because the fairway is fairly tight, and a push, fade, or slice will have you searching for your ball in the tall grass or woods. The green is slightly lower than the fairway, and I put my approach shot next to the pin, so I felt like it was a mostly level putting surface. The second is a long par 5 with bunkers to the left of the fairway and then another bunker right that may come into play on your second shot. The green is off to the right, and you will need to be close to see the green. There are a pair of bunkers fronting the green, which is wide but not very deep. It took me 3 shots to get there, and I would be hard-pressed to reach this green in 2. The third is a short par 4 to an elevated green that is surrounded by 3 bunkers, but only the back bunker is close to the green. There is a creek that runs across the fairway, but that is easy to clear. 4 is a medium-length par 3. It is deceptive because it appears to run uphill, but I overshot the green by a good 10 to 15 yards. There are bunkers front right. 5 is another friendly par 4. There is a bunker complex to the left of the fairway that I thought I would easily clear, but I pushed my drive and only cleared it by a few feet. The remedy here would be to keep your drive in the fairway. On your approach, the green is fairly large and deep, slightly uphill, and there are no bunkers to worry about. 6 is a medium-length par 4 that starts off from an elevated tee box. If you can avoid the bunker to the right, you should really be able to score on the 6th. Like most of the holes at Tillery, it is very picturesque. The green is also bunkerless and is very thin but deep and mostly level. 7 is a fun and interesting downhill dogleg right, or what appears to be a dogleg right. I looked on Google Earth and it looked straight, but certainly didn't feel that way from the tee box. Plus, I faded my drive and was totally fine with just a wedge to the green. The green is sort of two-tiered. If you don't land on the pin side, I would suspect that putting front to back will be a whole lot easier than back to front. The 8th is a great downhill par 3 that plays about a club less off the tee. There is a bunker front right, and you are much better off at favoring the left side. I missed the green by quite a bit, and the bank on the left kicked me almost back onto the green. This was probably the toughest green on the front side, and I think it had a lot to do with pin placement. I walked away with a double here, and that kept me from breaking 40 on the front. The 9th is a wonderful and short par 5. Like the first hole, you will need to hug the left side and the hill will kick you back onto the fairway. There is a hill you need to clear off the tee, and then the fairway turns to the left. There are a pair of bunkers in front of the green on the right, and the green is very thin. 9 will bring you back to the clubhouse, and I was told the grill is very good. The 10th is where things start to get a bit tougher. This medium-length par 5 is more or less straight away. The trick is the pond running down the left side for about the last 100 yards. I didn't see it until I pulled a 5-wood over it. The green was very interesting, and with the pin in the middle, it was easy as both of our shots funneled close to the pin. 11 is a long and tight par 4. There is no sand on the 11th, but there is a grass bunker in front of the green on the left. If you are short, you probably won't roll or bounce onto the green from the left side. 12 is a very short par 3. It is very deceptive, and I needed a little more than the posted yardage. Watch out if you miss left. You could roll down the bank and into the water hazard. The green is long and thin. 13 is a medium-length dogleg right par 4 that should give you a bit of extra distance from the elevated tee box. On your approach, it plays back uphill, and there is a bunker about 20 yards short of the elevated and fairly large green. 14 is easily the toughest hole on the course. This is a long and tight par 4. You start off by hitting into a hill, and it is so tight off the tee. Just about all players will need a wood or a long iron to get to the green in 2. There is a small creek to the left of the fairway near the green. The green is bunkerless and very large. 15 is another long par 4. This time, instead of straight away, the fairway bends slightly to the right and runs downhill. There is plenty of room to land your drive, but again, you will need another wood or long iron to get to the green. There is a large bunker front right. What makes it so interesting is you naturally will want to aim for the left side of the green, but the green is 2-tiered, and if the pin is right, you'll be lucky to hole out with a 2-putt. 16 is a short par 4 with water all the way down the left side, so keep it right and the slope should bounce you back into the fairway if you go a little off target. The green is elevated and is aggressively sloped back to front. There are 2 bunkers up front flanking the green. I was sure I landed in the bunker on the right, but was unable to find my ball. 17 is a very short par 3, and if you miss the green anywhere but to the front half on the right, you are in trouble. Front left, there are 2 bunkers. Behind, back right, and left all slope off into the woods. 18 is a great finishing hole. Off the tee, favor the left to cut the dogleg on this short par 5. The last 50 yards is all water from the center of the fairway and to the right. You can get there in 2, but it requires a magnificent approach shot. I laid up and took the easy par. Tillery Tradition Country Club is off the beaten path, and that is the only reason I can explain the $26 Golf Now rate. The clubhouse is beautiful, the course was in excellent shape, though it looks like the greens are recovering, as there were just a handful of burnout areas, and that probably explains why the greens were cut so high and played very slow. And most importantly, the pace of play was exceptional. There are great rates for greens fees as well as memberships on their website at TilleryTraditionCountryClub.com, or give them a call at 910-439-5578. The guys in the pro shop were very helpful. As for golf front property, there wasn't anything on the front 9, but quite a bit of new construction on the back, as well as some really beautiful homes. Lake Tillery is just a block away from the course. I don't work in this area of North Carolina, but I can connect you with an agent who does, or if you are like me, you can live in Pinehurst and take the hour drive to check out this fantastic course. So give me a call at 845-365-3665 or send an email to brett@hmpfilms.com and I will show you all the area has to offer. Once again, I'm Brett Bevilacqua with Carolina Property Sales. I hope you join me next week when we go back to Carolina Trace and play the Lake Course.